Welcome to the Flow Show No Filter. Welcome, Breakfast Crew. Come on in. Keep your shoes on. You ain't even got to take your shoes off today. It is Friday. And guess what? The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show No Filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional, y'all. I'm just good. We have reached the favorite day of the week for the Flow Show No Filter gang. Friday. TGIF. Welcome, y'all. Shout out to everybody listening on Apple and Spotify and the rest of the podcasting hosting networks, platforms, whatever. Shout out to the Breakfast Crew in the building. We had a great time last night on our first official panel. It went really well. Today is the blackout. Diddy has 4 new accusers. I want to talk about what really happened to Gene Hackman and whatever else we may have time for on this Friday. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling good. Matter of fact, I'm feeling great. February 28th. Not a leap year, so I believe this is the last day of the month. Lot to talk about today. Hope everybody is standing 10 toes on the blackout. We had a great time last night on the panel. I'll tell you a little bit about that towards the end of the show. But yeah, feeling good. We these 4 accusers for Diddy came out of nowhere, and they came because there's some act that will be I think it would be too late or something happens with an act, and we're gonna get into it. There's some type of law or something that these accusers had to get their motion or their lawsuit filed before March 1st. So we're gonna get into that. Last night was great. If you missed it, it was at 6:00. We had a panel of nothing but the Flow Show filtered listeners. They didn't know each other from a can of paint as far as besides being in the chat and things of that. And they all got on, and it was a beautiful time. And it just points out the fact of what I've been trying to tell everybody, that I have the best supporters, the best community online. And it was good to see, and it was good for them to get together, and it was good for other people to see what I'm talking about. Because, see, I ain't one of those people that just say hyperbole. And, so I'm not going to come up here. You hear everybody say, hey, I got the best group in whatever. And, it's like cliche. They just say it to say it. I'm not going to say it if I didn't believe it. I'm so no filter that if I had a community that wasn't the best community or whatever, I would say, hey, I love making this content. My community ain't all that, but I love them anyway. That's me. So I'm not the one going to keep saying I got a great community or great supporters just to say it to gaslight y'all. I can't do it. That's kind of like a gift and a curse with me. I'm not phony. I can't just say stuff to say it. So I like to have a chance to show what I've been saying. So all the people who were on the panel, who met everybody for the first time, they could say to themselves, Flo said that all his supporters are just cool as hell. And now I'm not just talking mess. Nothing, everything I come up here, you can take it to the bank and cash it. Like my boy said, I don't need credit. I'm cash, I'm debit. Meaning, if I say it, you can take it to the bank. If I say I got a great group and we are a part of a great group, that's exactly what it means. Because if it wasn't, I wouldn't say it. And so it was good to see them interact. And it's a lot of funny things. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later on in the show. It was a lot of laughs. And shout out to the crew. It was a great panel talking about the blackout. They talked about New Edition concerts. They talked about their kids, all kind of stuff. Just a therapeutic session for us to come together. I realized that so many people would send me messages of how my podcast helps them get through the day. And I didn't even realize that. Like, I was just doing what I do. I come on here, talk about meaningful news, try to make it entertaining for the hour that I got y'all ears. And that's it. And then once I start getting messages about people listening to me in the hospital and cancer patients and people telling me I help them get through their day, I had no clue. But one thing about it, even when I don't have a clue, once I get a clue, I know how to react on the clue. So I said, you know what? It's therapeutic for me. People don't realize I'm the type of person, my family, friends, and people who know me, they learn more about me on my podcast than in real life because I'm not a person who talks about me all the time. And so it's therapeutic for me. So I figured a panel with the group that I have for us to come together, however often the listeners want to come together and talk, I figured it would be a great thing, and I wasn't wrong. So enough of that. It's Friday. Y'all know what we do on Friday. We celebrate that we made it to another Friday, and we got the weekend coming up. And also, the crew in the chat, please do not let me forget to thank my subscribers. Got some special subscribers. Y'all guys have answered. Your guys and girls have answered the call. And I am just grateful, and I appreciate that you guys are understanding that subscribing to this podcast is more about preserving the truth and appreciating the truth. When you take the edgy route and the raw route that I take, you can't really accept a lot from corporations. So you got to depend on your people. I got just as much faith as y'all have in me. So I appreciate that. So chat, don't let me get out of here without thanking these special subscribers. Without further ado, or should we say without further or don't, or without further Diddy, let's get going. So we got a lot going on. So we're going to talk about Diddy. And from Diddy, I think I'm going to squeeze in Kevin Liles too, because Kevin Liles, I think, is linked to this Diddy situation in some form or fashion. But first, we want to get into these 4 additional essay accusers and these assaults that Diddy has going on. So first article that we want to get in today is from the Variety platform. And it says Diddy has 4 new accusers. And I was like, wow, did they just come out of nowhere? And then I read more into it, and they said it's because of a gender-motivated violence act. And that window closes March 1st. So let's get into it. Variety, this is from Stephen Horowitz. This is an article from Stephen Horowitz of the Variety. Sean, in the headline reads, Sean Diddy Combs faces 4 additional sex assault suits as gender-motivated violence act look back window closes. Let's see what we got here. Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with 4 new lawsuits from plaintiffs alleging SA, all filed under the Gender Motivated Violence Act, with a look back window closing on March 1st. All of these suits filed in New York all detail similar allegations of sexual assault, with accusers claiming they were rugged and subsequently subjected to sex acts against their will. Stop me if you heard it before. The GMVA was granted an amendment in 2022 that allowed survivors whose claims were previously time barred to file a suit against their abuser during the window period of March 1st, 2023 and March 1st, 2025. With the act coming to a close, more suits are expected to be filed before week's end. So there are more coming. So the reason why all four of these lawsuits hit us in the face out of nowhere is because of that act. Because I was like, wow, Ford. I mean, we've been getting lawsuits, but I saw there was like one earlier in the day. And then next thing I know, I did some more digging, and it's like 4 today. And I didn't see many people talking about these 4. I saw a lot of people talking about the one. So let's get into the first lawsuit against the Mohawkster. It says the first lawsuit against the Mohawk Diddy comes from Aristelia Benitez, who lived in New York City in 1995 and at the age of 20. A sophomore at New York University, she was employed by Pepe Jeans, a Tommy Hilfiger sister brand, and was invited by Andy Hilfiger to a party at a restaurant where Combs was present. Oh, brother. She was seated next to Combs and was given a non-alcoholic drink, after which Combs allegedly forcibly groped and fondled her tatas and backside and front side, if you know what I mean. And it says under her clothes. She claims to have been rendered unconscious and awoke in the back of a cab hours later with no recollection of how she got there. The fare had been paid, and she noticed her groin area was sore. Upon belief, the suit claims she was vaginally penetrated by Diddy and his associates while she was unconscious. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Another plaintiff, Justin Gooch, claims that he was 16 years old in 1999 while living with his grandparents in New Jersey. Now, in January, he visited the popular New York City club Tunnel, where he met Combs. We've talked about the Tunnel numerous times on this show. It was a popular club in New York. All kind of craziness went down. And allegedly, this is part of it. So she met Combs at the Tunnel. Combs Justin. Combs allegedly invited Gooch to one of the club bathrooms. And once inside a stall, he gave him ketamine, proceeded to penetrate the backside without consent. After the incident, Combs apparently asked, "That wasn't so bad. Now, was it?" This is, like my boy Greg said, these stories are horrific and they just really make you want to just get to the trial to like get some accountability to what really happened or didn't happen, because it's just this is just, you don't even want to believe these stories are true. Sad, but let's go. Now, Leslie Cockrell filed a third lawsuit regarding an incident that occurred in 1999 when she was 24. She ran a scouting business in the music industry. And during that summer, she went to one of Combs's parties in the Hamptons, along with another artist called Jay Stone. She thought it'd be a good networking opportunity, which is the case with a lot of these people. And, that is most of the reason why people go to these industry parties, is to network and help to further their career, meet people, hobnob, whatever. You're not going there thinking that these drinks are possibly spiked and you could be penetrated in all of your holes. That's not what you're thinking. Now, at the party, Combs offered her a drink. What do we say about that? I don't think Combs could ever offer a person a drink ever again in life, no matter what the outcome is. But let's go. Combs offered her a drink and touched her as he gave her a tour of the house, which was packed inside and out with naked people who were engaging in sexual activities. Now, after her second drink, she began to feel lightheaded and was guided to lie in a room by herself. Drifting in and out, she woke up to Combs vaginally inside her without consent. Now, allegedly, when she came to, she was sore and was told not to tell anyone what happened. And that brings us to our fourth and final Diddy Combs lawsuit. Now, the fourth one is from a young lady by the name of Kendra Haffney. Kendra worked as a designer for a showroom in Los Angeles in 2007. She applied to a new VH1 show called I Want to Work for Diddy. Y'all remember that show? It was a show about, it's like one of those reality shows. It was in the era where it was like 50 million reality shows on every station. And this was one that they came with. It was called I Want to Work for Diddy. And she was selected and moving to New York that year. One night, she was invited to an after party where she was led to a back room. Now, in this back room, it was Diddy and there were other individuals. Diddy offered her a drink. She accepted. She believes now the drink was laced. She sat down next to Combs, who allegedly guided her head down to have her perform oral on him. She passed out and awoke to Combs sitting at the foot of the bed. Knowing she was rugged and that her inside was sore, she claimed that she was later invited to Combs' LA mansion, where she was subsequently abused. Representatives for Combs responded in a request for comment. No matter how many lawsuits are filed, especially by individuals who refuse to put their own names behind their claims, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. This lawsuit is nothing more than a collection of media headlines stitched together with fragments from other lawsuits and baseless rumors. With the deadline for New York's Gender Motivation Violence Act expiring tomorrow, opportunists are scrambling to file last-minute meritless claims. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason, but that does not make the claims true. Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail in court. Now, I don't know what you think about those, but all I know is no matter how you spin it, Diddy is cooked. It's just too many stories, and the odds of every last one of these stories, or even like every last one of these stories not being true, is like you probably have a better chance of being struck by lightning and winning the lottery ticket, and winning the lottery at the same time. So as we approach this enterprise letter, we got these lawsuits. We know they trifling. We've already heard the stories. He gives a drink. They feel crazy. Next thing you know what happens. And it's starting to seem like that's the culture. Or that was the culture, or that is the culture. I don't know. I'm not a part of that culture. But dominoes are falling. And when I say dominoes are falling, there's another case of sexual, you know what? And it's from another exec. It's Kevin Liles. Know if you heard about it. But this Kevin Liles, which is another music exec who was in the Diddy, at the Diddy parties or in the Diddy culture of the days when you could just do this. See, what's happening is you could just do this and get away with it back in the day. What's happening is everyone has a voice now. And so these skeletons are coming out. And so why do I say Kevin Liles, the big record exec that was at Warner Music, what makes me think that his has something to do with Diddy? So check it out. If you know the music industry, you know Kevin Liles is up there at the top with Diddy, with Jay-Z, with all of these guys, L.A. Reid. You know, this is the top of the top. And it's a small world at the top. So they all hang. They know each other. They know what's going on. And one thing about Kevin Liles is when this stuff was first going on, back before Diddy was arrested, Kevin Liles was standing 10 toes on for Diddy. He said they interviewed him. I think it was a TMZ interview. He said about the allegations. He said that's not the Diddy he knows. And to me, that was just a bold-faced lie, because there's no way that a person like me, I've never been in the industry as deep as a Kevin Liles, but I've been in it to know that it's widely known that Diddy is a monster. Even the people who cool with him know that. And I've heard them say it out their mouth. And these aren't, roadies. These are top execs who I've heard out their own mouth say what type of stuff Diddy was on and this and that Diddy was something else and Diddy is something else. So, see, to the average American or to the average person who's not in this industry or privy to the information, where I was an artist back in the day. So I was around to hear conversations. And so to the average person, you might not know, you don't know Kevin Liles or don't know, none of the stuff about Diddy, or you're not around this mess. So Kevin Liles say that, you say, okay, well, he's just saying it's no big deal. But somebody like me that knows exactly what these people, they know. So I would respect Kevin Liles more if he didn't just don't say anything. If he didn't say anything, I wouldn't have much to say. But for him to actually put out there and say that's not the Diddy he knows, when he knows, everybody knows that Diddy is a monster and has been a monster, even his quote unquote friends. So for lying, this is what you get. For being someone to help keep this mess going, now you're under the fire. So let's talk about Kevin Liles. And there's something else about Kevin Liles' situation that it trips me out, because Diddy was arrested around September 6th, right? Well, it just so happens that I have an article here that I looked up. I did some digging to make sure, because I can remember, but I always like to look at the article to make sure I'm not just putting something out that's not true. Check this out, y'all. Diddy was arrested on September 6th, or right around that day, give or take a day, but it's September 6th, I believe, right? And then I have this article from September 17th, nearly 10 days later. And it says Kevin Liles leaves Warner Music Group. Basically, he was pushed out of nowhere. So, Mr. That Ain't the Diddy I Know, just so let's read the tea leaves. This is what we do. I'm like a teacher. I'm teaching everybody how to read those tea leaves. You don't have much celebrities coming out, but when you do have one that wants to stand 10 toes with a person like Diddy, with all these nasty rumors, nasty allegations, mountain allegations, the few that if he did want to come out, I would think he is definitely cool with Diddy and trying to do what he can to help his friend who has probably engaged in the same things that he has, right? So it makes sense that after he's arrested, not even 2 weeks, I'm talking about Kevin Liles is a staple at Warner Music Group. So you mean to tell me all of a sudden 10 days after Diddy is arrested, you are basically forced out of Warner Music Group? There's no such thing as coincidences, y'all. Kevin Liles is definitely in the same situation or a similar situation as Diddy as we speak, and we're going to get into it. Because there's not just a coincidence that you go down and you're one of the ones talking about that's not the Diddy you know, when we all know you telling a bold-faced lie, Kevin Liles. And so now, Kevin Liles of Def Jam and Def Jam are being sued by a Jane Doe for sexual assault. Mind y'all, we have this Enterprise letter coming out in a week or two or less. And the Enterprise letter is supposed to detail everybody who worked with Diddy, everybody who helped Diddy, the entire organization, how it worked, who helped Diddy do illegal things, who helped with the trap, all of that. And don't be surprised if you hear Kevin Liles' name. So this is from Variety, another article from Stephen Horowitz. Says Kevin Liles, the veteran music executive who has played a key role in D'Angelo and Young Thug's careers, is being sued by Jane Doe claiming that he sexually assaulted her during her employment at Def Jam in the early 2000s. Now, in the suit filed in New York Supreme Court, this Jane Doe named Universal Music Group, Def Jam, and Kevin Liles as defendants. She filed under the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, which was granted an amendment in 2022. And this was granted to allow survivors whose claims were previously time barred to file a suit before March 1st, 2025. Liles responded to the suit in a statement to Variety refuting the allegations, saying, "I absolutely deny the outrageous claims reported in the press this evening," he said. "I wish I could share a more detailed response to this slander, but this is the first I've heard of this claim," and the anonymous accuser's attorney shared the lawsuit with gossip influencers and media outlets before it was even posted by the court. So my attorneys and I have not seen the actual lawsuit. And he goes on to say, after nearly 40 years of service to our culture, I've intentionally built a reputation for doing things the right way, treating people the right way, and empowering women. It is a shameful reality that these lies spread so freely. My attorney and I will fully clear my name, and when we are successful, this anonymous accuser and her attorney will face a defamation lawsuit and every other available legal consequence. These allegations will not derail my mission to be of service to our community and focus on the greater good and the greater God. Now, at the time of the alleged lawsuit, Lyles served as president of Def Jam and EVP of Island Def Jam, holding tenure from 1999 to 2004. This Jane Doe claims that she started working at Def Jam as an executive assistant to the general manager around 1999, and that Lyles began sexually harassing her soon after, making derogatory and degrading comments based on her gender regarding her body and appearance. From 2000 to 2022, the sexual harassment escalated, with Lyles alleging pushing his body against her breast and grabbing her behind. Now in 2002, this Jane Doe says that she was at the office with Lyles when he made sexual advances that she rejected. He then allegedly forced himself on top of her and raped her despite continued protests. The suit claims that UMG and Def Jam not only knew or should have known of Lyles' propensity to commit these sorts of crimes, but they also enabled how he engaged with employees. Now, as you see, this is the same type of culture. It's the same stuff we're seeing. And it's just funny to me because, like I said, two things got me looking at Kevin Lyles funny. Like I said, the first is that you are removed or left or forced out or whatever happened with Warner Brothers just 2 weeks after Diddy was arrested. And then on top of that, you are one of the few people who came out and did an interview talking about that's not the Diddy you know. So you went ahead and stuck your neck out for somebody who was seen on camera doing crazy stuff. And when I'm talking about the Cassie situation, and mind you, Diddy ain't a teenager. He ain't even in his young 20s. He 50-something doing this. He 50 years old putting hands and feet and kicking a woman that's the size of my pinky at 50. And you sticking your neck out saying that's not the Diddy you know when the allegations came. So now you in the hot water, boiling. So it goes on to say in 2002, I'm sorry, I keep saying 2022. Sorry, y'all. In 2002, Doe says that she was at the office with Lyles when he made sexual advances. Again. And in a statement shared to Variety, the attorney for Jane Doe says, we commend our client for her determination to seek justice for the sexual abuse she endured, as well as the sheer bravery it took to come forward against a well-known celebrity figure. In our lengthy experience defending sex abuse victims, we have witnessed a common thread, and that it is often not alone. They are not alone in their abuse. Based on the violent and egregious conduct, we expect that others were also abused, and we hope that they can also come forward to share their experiences in pursuit of justice. Of course, representatives of UMG did not respond at the time. Now, in 2023, Lyles was named as a defendant in a $25 million sexual assault that was filed against singer Trey Songz. Kevin Lyles manages Trey Songz. I don't have to tell y'all, most people know how many lawsuits and the craziness that Trey Songz has been involved in. And this is his manager, Mr. That's Not the Diddy I Know. But we all know Trey Songz has been caught up in a lot of mess. And I know personal stories from people who were there. Trey Songz is wild. I'm just going to tell y'all. It ain't my place to go into the details because until he's in a court of law or it's time to come out or say this or say that, I'm just going to let y'all know Trey Songz is a wild boy. And so now that I'm seeing Kevin Lyles, he manages Trey, he got this a lot of smoke, he's standing up for Diddy. Kevin Lyles, you looking like you about to go down, bro. It ain't looking good. The Jane Doe who filed the suit claimed that Lyles ignored the growing accusations against Songz over the years. I can confirm that. But the suit was settled the following year. Money settled it. I am not the type. I evaluate what is in front of me and I deal with who is on the chopping block. I don't just throw out mess to put people under the fire, because if I was that type of podcast or YouTuber, I would be doing it. I don't do it for clicks and views. I just do it to give y'all the news. So, but trust me, if I did, I could do some story times on some of these Trey Songz situations, and you would probably throw up. So let's continue. A veteran label and management executive, Lyles recently left his post as chairman of CEO of Warner Music, Elektra Entertainment. The company saw significant success with Young Thug, blah, 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 blah. So, you guys, I'm going to officially say I believe that Kevin Lyles has entered the Diddy chat. And I don't think anybody else is going to make the statement of, that's not the Diddy I know. Because Kevin Lyles, you a damn lie. And realizing that you made that statement is what made me even look harder at him. I wasn't even really paying Kevin Lyles much attention. I'm going to be honest with y'all. But when Diddy was arrested and then Kevin Lyles was removed or forced out or whatever 10 days later, it don't take a rocket scientist to know that it's a strong possibility that was connected. And then you had the nerve to be talking about that ain't the Diddy you know, when everybody in the industry, even if you put it like this, even if you want to stand up for Diddy, if you just want to be honest about it, because, hey, I'm not going to say, we all have friends and we want to stand up for our friends and we care about them. We don't care what they're going through. So, hey, I would give you that. Maybe that's your friend. You want to stand up for him or stand by him or do something. But you got to keep it real. And you only got two options. You could either not say nothing or you can say, hey, Diddy's been a good friend of mine. I hope the situation works out the best way it can for him. Something like that. But when you come out talking about that ain't the Diddy you know, this ain't 2000 no more, y'all. Kevin, y'all don't have control of the media no more. So if you saying that that's not the Diddy you know, it's a lot of people who know that. It's widely known in the industry what Diddy has done and is about. Kevin Lyles, you're a manager to Trey Songz. You know what type of stuff Trey Songz has done. You know how he treated and what he's done in women. So you looking like a bold-faced liar. Now, I think we need to be paying a little bit more attention to Kevin Lyles, y'all. I'm just going to be honest. I wasn't really paying attention to Kevin Lyles. But with them statements, with this new lawsuit, finding out he had other lawsuits, I didn't know he was managing Trey Songz. Now it all really makes sense. And a lot of podcasters, they might not know this information or they might be scared to say it. But, hey, look, it is what it is. I can't do nothing but tell you what I know as to be true. And y'all know me long enough to know that if I don't have any context on it, I won't say. I say, hey, look, I don't know nothing about that. I'm just giving you this. But when it comes to Trey Songz and Kevin Lyles and Diddy, it's a lot more I could put out if I was just a messy person that just wanted to put out whatever hearsay I heard. I'm not that type, but I tell you one thing, where there's smoke, there's fire. And we're going to keep letting it out. So let me get to my subscribers. And we're going to get back to, before we get out of here, I got to go to Gene Hackman. But let me thank the people who are responsible for this podcast, for this audio, for the video, for everything you seeing and listening and hearing. Without the subscribers, it ain't here. Without the subscribers, this ain't happening. Without the subscribers, as a podcaster grow, you start getting corporate money. This podcast will go from talking about Diddy to talking about the birds and the bees and the Browns and the Lakers and all type of fluff stuff. But because people choose to subscribe and understand that subscribing to this podcast is all about preserving a platform of truth that actually gives the people who listen to this platform a voice. Evidence last night, I was in the chat. I gave all the Flow Show listeners who wanted to come and talk and say what they had to say, I gave them my platform for a night, and we're going to continue that. Now, soon when you find another podcaster or YouTube that backs up their words like that, please let them know and send me their information, because I don't see nobody doing that. So if you see him, let me know. If you see another podcaster that tell you he about the people and he gives his people the platform to talk and say whatever they want to say and talk about whatever they need to talk about, please be the first person to let me know. Because as far as I know, ain't nobody doing this. Because I'm true to this, and I'm true to my subscribers. So let me shout y'all out. And of course, y'all know I take a few minutes to do this every time, because whether you know it or not, these people are more important than you even know. These people are the reason why I could wake up in the morning and come here and give y'all unbiased, unfiltered news from somebody like me who don't care what nobody say. I'm one of the few people that have already stood up to the industry as a youngin'. You know what I'm going to do as a grown man. So let's shout out to these subscribers. First, Tanya Shepard. I greatly appreciate you. She gave a $3 donation, a subscription to keep this podcast rolling. I need everybody in this chat to say thank you to Tanya for preserving the truth. And that's what it's about. Next, we got John. John, I appreciate you. John gave a $3 subscription. Shout out to you, John, for giving me hard-earned money. True, $3 is one egg, I think. At this point, $3 can go buy you one egg out the supermarket. And I appreciate you for subscribing to the podcast. And we got two special, I'm going to have to say, subscriber of the day and co-subscriber of the day, because they donated and went above and beyond. I gotta give them both their props. And everybody in the chat and everybody on this podcast got to give them their props. And who I'm talking about Cynthia White Richardson. She gave $8, y'all. At $8 subscription when I only asked for $3. So Cynthia White Richardson, round of applause. Everybody in the chat, thanks Cynthia. Cynthia gave $8 when we only asked for $3. But we appreciate everybody that gives more. Give what you can give, because this is a great situation here. Like I said, I got a great group of, it was basically ladies' night last night on the panel. And just like my family, the reason why I called it Flo's House, the panel, because I wanted to be just like it used to be in my family's house, where everybody could talk about whatever, and no structure, just good people talking about good things or news that we need to get off our chest. We had the one guy in there, Felix, to hold down and make sure he didn't say much, but he was there to support the lady and make sure that nobody do nothing to our ladies because we protect our ladies on the Flow Show No Filter, just like the ladies protect us. And so shout out to Felix for being the only man on the panel last night. It was like 10 women, and it was great. So, hey, I'm doing my part. Let's just all do ours, and I appreciate it. And last but certainly not least, subscriber of the day, Heather Kelly. Y'all know what Heather Kelly, what her subscription, what she donated to this podcast to preserve, so that I could wake up in the morning and give y'all this truth at the crack of dawn. Look, I give y'all the truth before this Hollywood could even wake up. They still sleep. Y'all done already got the truth. I done went on about my day. Heather Kelly donated with a $18 subscription. Heather Kelly is holding this podcast down. So let me get some thank yous to Heather in the chat. Let me get some thank yous to Heather in the fan mail. Thank her directly if you know who Heather Kelly is. I don't know who Heather Kelly is, but this sweetheart has found it in her heart to donate $18 to a cause that I only asked for $3. But if you could give more, it doesn't do anything but help. And Heather alone, you might make me come in here and spill all the Trey Songz beans off that $18. Thank you, Heather, for the $18 for subscription. Let's get some hand claps in the chat. Let me give you some real hand claps from my hands to your ears. This is when I say we got the best community, I mean that. And y'all see it. If you missed the panel last night, I will be taking a clip and uploading some of the panel to the audio podcast for free for everybody to listen to over the weekend. I'm gonna do a clip, clean it up a little bit, and so you guys can get a chance to listen over the weekend. You know, I don't do a podcast anyway, so you'll get some bonus coverage of that panel just to get an idea so you can listen to what I've been telling y'all. I'm one of those people. I'm like to show you better than I can tell you. And I know I've been telling you about how cool the Flow group is and how blessed I am and how blessed anybody who's a part of this situation, how blessed we all are. But I want you to hear it for yourself. The funny thing about the panel was two things that was funny. The first thing was the panel was set up to tell everybody about the blackout. And what and the information about DEI and all that. Y'all, that panel got up there. They talked about the blackout for about 5 seconds. And for the rest of the hour and a half or almost 2 hours they were on there, it was just talking about all kind of stuff. And I loved it. But at the end, they made sure that we wrapped it up and we reminded everybody about the blackout today. But I thought that was very funny. I actually told my best friend about it. I said I was in my mind picturing that they were going to be talking about the blackout and DEI and this and that for about 40 minutes, at least, before they went into whatever else they went into. Y'all, they talked about the blackout. It was like announcing. It was like the no morning announcements at school when you talk about it for about 3 minutes and then the rest it was whatever. And I loved it. And another thing that was funny is they were supposed to get out of there. Shan, that's my sister from another mister. Shan, I've been teaching her and working with her, and we've been working together. Her content creating. We met on TikTok when I was doing the Rasheem Carter case. And I done had Shan doing brand deals. I've had Shan making commercial, taking pictures. I love Shan because she's always willing to try. And yeah, last night she hosted the panel, did an excellent job. And I knew she was going to be fine because one thing about the Flow Show No Filter, it ain't nothing but a bunch of people supporting each other. That's all you're going to find in this community. Because the ones who ain't about our community, they usually weed themselves out because this is a beautiful thing we got here. Like we do. I was not worried one bit about Shan hosting her first panel for me because I know the Flow Show Filter ain't nothing but a bunch of people who support. and gonna uplift each other. And it was funny. So Shan goes at about an hour. It was about an hour, right? So they started at 6. At about 7 o'clock, let's say, Shan was like, all right, y'all, well, we've been on here an hour. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Y'all, they was on another hour. They were on almost another hour after they said we about to get out of here. And I loved every bit of it. And that's what the Flow Show No Filter is about. A diverse group coming together and unifying. And we all we got. I don't care about nobody outside this circle. And when I say this circle, I'm talking about my Apple family, my Spotify family, my YouTube family, my Facebook family, my Instagram family, my TikTok family, all under one roof. And we gonna ride for each other on the till the wheels fall off, and I love it. And another, I am about group chats. So after they get off the panel, the group chat was on fire all night. They just talking. You would think you would think the Flow Show No Filter family been together for 30, 40 years. Just beautiful, man. And it was exactly what I thought and what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be somewhere where we could come talk, and it ain't about what the subject is. Yeah, we got a few subjects we want to talk about, but I want the women, it turned into ladies' night, talk about whatever you want to talk about, because it's just about bonding. It's just about getting out what we want to get out, speaking to level-headed, like-minded individuals, and it was beautiful, y'all. I ain't gonna go on and on about it. It was special. And we're going to do it again. And like I said, look out for tomorrow. I will definitely put a clip. I will add an audio clip, maybe about 45 minutes or so over the weekend, so you can hear the panel and kind of just hear what went on and just, kind of listen to the beautiful group that we're putting together, and we are growing. So like I said, shout out to everybody who subscribed. I really appreciate you. I will continue, as you can see, every day, 7:30 sharp. Like my daddy and my mama raised me. Y'all see that thing is uploaded. I do that on me. Ain't nobody telling me to do that. You know who telling me to do that? My people like y'all for supporting. Ain't no way y'all gonna support me and I ain't gonna get my ass up and to do what I'm supposed to do. That's the family and that's where I come from. So I appreciate y'all. And y'all ain't gonna just hear it out my mouth. Y'all gonna see it in me giving up 4 hours of content every day. I still have people in fan mail that be like, oh, I wish you would have talked about this. You didn't talk about that. I'm like, I love it. It doesn't bother me when people complain. And when I say complain, I don't mean like in a bad way. But when people say that, that's a positive to me. Because I say to myself, I'm giving 4 hours of content a day, 2-hour shows. And my people still want more. So shout out to y'all, because I'm going to give you more. So let's get to this Gene Hackman before we get out of here and everybody's free for the weekend. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do, to be honest. I'll be so wore out from the week. I just like to relax on the weekend. So I ain't probably doing much, but I'm sure y'all going to have a ball. And side note, tomorrow is March 1st. My birthday is March 6th. So we will be celebrating my birthday online. I think it's Thursday. So if you want to participate, all you got to do for me is get a subscription. If you want to give me a birthday present, just get a subscription. Real easy. Like I tell you, I'm a cheap date. If you want to do more, we're going to have a party. If you want to do some super chats and all that, we're going to do that this week. But, hey, I'm just giving y'all a heads up. My birthday is March 6th. Don't play with me. Now, Gene Hackman, what really happened? Unless you're living under a rock, Gene Hackman and his wife and dogs, and RIP to them. Now, when it first happened, we all screamed, sound like my carbon monoxide. We said that for them to just pass away like that, and we didn't see any obvious signs of foul play, had to be carbon monoxide. But as the day went on, police saying it's not carbon monoxide, and they believe it's something mysterious happened. So let's listen to this 911 call first, and then we're going to get into what really happened to Gene Hackman. Yeah, so we got the where is the 911 call for Gene Hackman? Anyway, here it is. I'll tell you exactly what went on with this 911 call. Hold on. So 911 call released in Gene Hackman and his wife's suspicious death. The wife was found decomposing with signs of mummification.
Very sad, very mysterious. Two-time Oscar winner, 95-year-old Gene Hackman, his wife, one of his dogs, all found dead together.
Let me start that
Very
off.
sad.
This is Cuomo. Matter of fact, y'all, this is Cuomo. This my mom. My mom loves Cuomo. She wants me to be like Cuomo. That's her boy. So let's listen to what he said.
Very sad, very mysterious. Two-time Oscar winner, 95-year-old Gene Hackman, his wife, one of his dogs, all found dead together. First, it was said no foul play. Weird. Well, that's changed. The deaths are now being investigated as suspicious. Betsy, the wife, found first in the New Mexico home, in the bathroom, lying on the floor. A prescription bottle on the counter, pills scattered around. Their German Shepherd, dead in a kennel, clothes in the closet near the wife. But two other dogs found alive. Hackman, found in the mudroom. Cops on the scene suspect he had fallen. Both of the bodies had started to decompose, indicating they'd been dead for a while. Door found partially open, forced entry. No signs of blunt force trauma, meaning someone came in and hit him. Very sad.
So
the fire department says of carbon monoxide poisoning. That was my guess early on. Initial autopsies show no external injuries. Initial, what did they find on the inside? Toxicology, we don't know yet. Here is part of a 911 call that was made by a maintenance worker after he looked inside a window of the house and saw bodies on the floor.
I think we just found one deceased person inside the house. And probably, I don't know, sir. Just send somebody up here real quick. Are they breathing? I have no idea. I'm not inside the house. It's closed. It's locked. I can't go in. But I see them. She's laying down on the floor from the window. Are they moving at all? No, they're not moving. Just send somebody up here really quick.
All right. So, not that the fact helpful, right? Because he didn't see what happened. Retired FBI agent Bobby Chacon, criminal defense attorney Mark Garagos. So, let's start with what matters. What we need to know is what, the autopsy, the toxicology, of course. But Bobby, what is your list of questions?
Well, I want to know if there's any indication that anybody else was in the house. So the crime scene team did a search warrant and did a crime scene examination overnight through the house. So I want to know, if they found any other evidence that anyone else that shouldn't have been there was in that house. I also want to eat from the forensic.
I'm gonna stop it there. As far as that, y'all, I'm gonna be, this is no filter. I don't know what the hell, how the hell, who the hell. I have no theory. It's weird. If it's not carbon monoxide, I'm lost. I haven't even, I've been so busy with the Kevin Lyles and the Diddy and all the different little stories that I had to cover today. I didn't get a chance to dive deep into this Gene Hackman situation, but it don't add up. It don't add up. So before we get out of here, let me tell you what we know about. It comes from CNN. Actor Gene Hackman and his wife were found deceased in their home this week under suspicious circumstances. And here's what we know. Like I said, the cause of death are not yet known. You heard Cuomo from News Nation. The pair did not show any external trauma. No immediate signs of foul play. they're even saying it appears to have been several days they were there unalive, possibly even up to a couple of weeks. As we all know, Hackman, 95 years old. I did not know he was 95 years old. Like I told my guy Greg on the other show, I don't know why I thought he was even just in his 70s or something. But anyway, you all know he was an Oscar-winning actor known for his roles in films such as The French Connection, Hoosiers. We talked a lot about Unforgiven and The Firm. The 911 caller says they saw Hackman and Arakawa lying on the floor through the window. That's how their bodies were discovered, by maintenance workers at the home just before 2 p.m. A caller told 911 they could see two unconscious people through a window but could not enter the home. And here we are. Couple had been deceased for quite some time. A German Shepherd was also found unalive in the bathroom. The dog was in a crate. Police have clarified the affidavit says the dog was in a closet, but now they're saying it was in a crate. Two healthy dogs were also found on the property. So there are two dogs that didn't die. I don't know. Did these dogs eat the pills that they found? Did the dogs who died, did they eat the pills that were found laying around? Did somebody stage this crime scene? Was something more nefarious going on? Who the knows? But the one thing we do know that they're saying that this death is suspicious enough to warrant a thorough investigation. So they're going to investigate this thing. And like I said, they are standing on 10 toes saying that they don't believe it's carbon monoxide poison. So who knows when we'll find out something. Shoot, the toxicology report can take months. And Hackman will be honored at Sunday's Academy Awards. As y'all know, this weekend, Sunday, we'll have the Academy Awards. They will be talking to Gene. They will be honored, not talking to Gene Hackman. That's a Friday brain fart. They will be honoring Gene Hackman and his 5-decade career. So this is how it happens. I'm supposed to chill all weekend, right? And y'all know I'll be telling y'all, make sure I don't burn myself out. And some of my listeners or some of my people in the chat, they be like, don't burn yourself out, Flo. But see, this is the type of case that now I just get this news. Now the weekend I'm supposed to be chilling. Y'all know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be scouring the internet, looking for every piece of clue, everything that's ever happened in Gene Hackman's life in the last year and trying to figure out what the heck happened, because it's going to bother me. So be prepared Monday. I'm pretty sure I'll have a theory. Other than that, we about to get out of here. Everybody enjoy their Friday. Apple and Spotify. I love y'all. For y'all have been the start of my podcast journey. Started from my Apple and Spotify listeners supporting and downloading the heck out of my podcast to give me the momentum to keep going. So Apple and Spotify listeners, y'all will always be special. Y'all tuned in starting on, I think, October 30th of last year. And y'all ain't tuned out since. So enjoy y'all weekend. You know, I'm going to kick it a little bit more on YouTube live. As always, I love y'all. And I am out. Breakfast Club. Another one in the books. Y'all. TGIF, y'all know the routine. We about to get our Apple and Spotify listeners upload it so they can get their day started. And I'm going to kick it on here with y'all for a while. We're going to talk a little bit about this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little tea, a little coffee. Talk about last night a little bit. Talk about how fun it was. Just a great time. What do y'all got planned? Yeah, my B-Day next week, y'all. You know we got, you know it's party. My ticker on there. My ticker on there. Don't y'all see the ticker at the bottom? Don't y'all see my ticker on there? My ticker is on there. You don't see it? It's right here. I see it. Oh, okay. It wasn't there. Yeah, I put it on for the time you very first said it. Thanks for the reminder. I put it on there when I saw Mini-Me say it because I did forget. But I put it on about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. But hold on 1 second, y'all. We about to get Apple and Spotify loaded. Give me 1 second. Let me hit the music. Let's get Apple and Spotify ready to go. All right, y'all know the drill. It is downloading and uploading and mixing and mastering and doing all that. Do not let me, what is it? What time is it? Oh, 7:30. So in the next 10 minutes, I always get time confused because y'all are an hour behind me. So don't let 9 o'clock come without me uploading that. Don't let me forget, y'all. What's up, Not Dreamer? Did you see Stephon Diggs suing my? I got to get into that. Yeah, so it's so much news went on. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. How'd y'all like the panel last night? I see y'all had a great time. Y'all had a great panel. Y'all talked about the blackout for like 2 seconds. I was like, that's when you know you're having a good time. The conversation was just flowing. Shan did an awesome job. I hope y'all thanked Shan. I hope y'all said a big thank you to Shan. Oh yeah, it was, and I actually knew it would be. I actually knew the panel was gonna be a blast, Lauren, because I have the benefit of kind of knowing all of y'all, because y'all, through DMs and messages. And so I got a good feel for just the whole community of us. And so I knew when y'all had a chance to have a panel and talk, I knew it would be great. I knew y'all would enjoy it. I wasn't worried at all. I told Shan it was going to be great. I told her, you got this. It ain't nothing to worry about. Because like I told y'all, I know that my group, we support each other. So it ain't no pressure. Just get on. And the good thing about this movement, all you got to do is be yourself. If you're yourself, You don't have nothing to worry about when you're around the Flow Show No Filter crew. Because that's all, we don't care who you are, where you come from, just be you. And that's all you have to be a part of this community. How people love it. Just be you. And we gonna love it. So it was great. It was great listening to y'all. It was great seeing that I'm glad, even if you sound different. Hey, I'm glad that like I said, the two funniest things was the fact that y'all talked about the blackout for like 2 seconds. That was funny. Because in my mind, I don't know why I thought y'all was going to be talking about that for like 40 minutes, 30 minutes. So that was funny. And I was glad y'all was having a good conversation. And then, like I said, it was funny when y'all went to wrap it up at like 7. I looked around, it was almost 8 o'clock and y'all was still on there talking. I said, now that's when you know a group of people are enjoying each other's company and enjoying the conversation, because it took y'all an hour to get off. like from the time y'all said y'all was gonna wrap up, y'all was on there a whole nother hour. It was beautiful. And I see y'all want to do it again. So I told Shan, just line up and see when they want to do it, and give me a day, and I will put it together and see if we could do it that day. But you're more than welcome. I like the panel. I think it's a good way for us to talk about a lot of different things. Like, it's no way for me to know some of the stuff that y'all want to talk about, but when you have a panel and y'all can just free flow, then now we got everything covered. We got my topics covered. We got Greg topics covered. And we got the Flow Show No Filter crew topics. We get it all covered. So it was great, man. I liked it. And I know Shan enjoyed it. I talked to her afterwards. I think, did we ever get Ariana in the panel last night, y'all? I saw Ariana. I sent her the link. Oh, you did it? I hope you did it right. I appreciate you, Patricia. Shout out to Patricia, y'all, for putting in the work. She says she hoped her subscription did right. It took her forever. So let's shout out Patricia for putting in the work, to work that hard to get a subscription. It means a lot. Yeah, and so check this out. No Epstein list. I'm so done with the Epstein situation. I didn't even want to talk about it today because they didn't put out no new information. And I don't even know what they're doing with it. I don't think we ever gonna get a real list. In faith, I'm losing faith. I'm gonna be quite honest with y'all. I'm losing faith in the Diddy list, and I'm losing faith in the Epstein list as far as them actually bringing something, because it ain't that hard, man. If y'all really wanted us to see the list would be out, point blank. So I'm starting to get to the point where even when the list come out, I don't even know if I trust the list, because it's not that complicated. You could put a list out. You're doing everything else. You're doing everything else immediately, firing people immediately, getting rid of programs immediately. You're doing all that immediately. And that's really affecting people. But see, when it affects the common person, they can throw it out immediately. But when it affects the elites and the wealthy, it's all type of problems and delays, postpone. I ain't buying it. Y'all just use it to act like y'all saying y'all gonna put the list out as a way to make us think that this country is trying to be transparent, when at the end of the day, all everybody care about is money. That's all everybody care about. If they wanted that list to be out, the list would have been out last year. The list would have been out this year. The list would have came out a week after the presidency. So now I'm kind of turned off on the whole list thing. I'm looking more forward to the actual court cases and following those. As far as the list, of course, I'll cover it if it ever comes out, but I'm not really even excited about even whatever list they're going to put out. At this point, it's going to be doctored. It's going to be redacted portions. So screw them and their list. Let's just keep doing what we do. Exactly. It's so many side deals and money exchanging hands. No confidence in that list no more, y'all. I'm being honest. But over the weekend, what I will be looking into, I'm gonna be looking into Gene Hackman's situation. I don't have a theory right now, but I'm sure I'll have one by Monday. Because it's just a strange death. Very strange. Yeah, that's why I said it. That's why I say mini me. That's why I like when people be on here, like, the political crowd, they go crazy either way. And that's why I like to be independent. But the funny thing is, when I complain about Trump or Elon, people on the right or Republicans or whatever tend to not all, but you have some that tend to just automatically group you as a liberal, as a Democrat, because you complaining about something the Republicans doing. When I don't give a damn about Republican or Democrat. If you're doing good, I'm going to give you your flowers. If you're not doing good, I'm calling you out. So I'm independent, which I love being independent. So because I don't have to just ride with somebody because they're a certain title and now I can't call them out. So I'm independent. And so Trump gonna get this smoke. Elon gonna get this smoke, just like Biden got the smoke. Ain't no different. If you a Republican, be happy that your president is in the seat, but understand he gonna get the same smoke Biden got. We don't care. Biden had the list too. He didn't put it out. That's on him. Trump got the list now. He ain't put it out. They all, as far as I'm concerned, all of them is in on this until they prove otherwise. And that's where I'm at with it. So if you're a Republican or a Democrat, don't get mad at me because I'm independent. So I'm calling it. I've been complaining about what Biden was doing. Where was y'all at then? Now y'all president is in the hot seat. And yeah, we're going to bring it up. I don't care about people trying to bully somebody into just because I have a different opinion of Trump or Elon. Some people think they can bully you into the other side. And it's like, nah, I'm a truth teller. I ain't going to tell you no lie. They BSing with the list. So if I can call out Biden about the 100 million that Ukraine telling that they didn't get from Biden, I can call out Trump and Elon, they crap too. So it's an equal opportunity smoke here. Ain't nobody beyond reproach. Trump, Elon, Biden, Kamala, whoever. My loyalty is to the people. And anybody that want to argue with me and stand up for an elite, you ain't my crowd. This is the people's podcast. I represent the people. I don't represent Democrats. I don't represent Republicans. I represent the people. And why I say that? Because it don't matter if it's a Republican in the office or it's a Democrat in the office. When my people say, hey, Flo, this ain't right, I'm calling them out. With that being said, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Power to the people. Thank you. Because when I got to get into a back and forth with somebody, one of our listeners or supporters, I got to get into a back and forth with them about Elon Musk. Me and a common person, I'm arguing with them about an elite that got $365 billion, and you trying to stand up to me for him, you in the wrong movement. This movement is about the people. I ain't about to argue with nobody about no one percenter. We trying to just keep our scraps, and they trying to take that away. Now, when Elon do some good stuff or Trump do some good stuff, guess what? I give them their credit. And then when I give them their credit, then I got Democrats mad at me. I don't get it because I'm independent. Don't get mad at me. I'm just being honest. I give you some good news about Trump. I give you some bad news about Trump. I give you some good news about Elon. I give you some bad news. I give you some good news about Biden. I give you some bad news. It don't matter. My loyalty is to the truth and to the people and not nothing else. And so don't wave no Diddy list and Epstein list in my face and think I'm about to be happy. Drop it. And if you ain't going to drop it, shut up about it. That's where I'm at with it. At this point, I don't even give a damn about the list because too many games being played. Exactly, Kobe. This is the smoke fest. I'll be cracking up anytime anybody in my comments on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and the fan mail, wherever. It's always funny to me when I see somebody try to stand up for a one percenter to me when that one percenter don't give a damn. I'm giving you a voice. Elon ain't giving y'all a voice. Trump ain't giving y'all a voice. I'm giving y'all a voice because I care about the people. Don't come at me. But yeah, y'all, so as you can tell, I'm turned off on that list. Y'all know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to this Enterprise letter. I'm telling y'all. This Enterprise letter is going to drop like a bomb. Watch what I tell you. This Enterprise letter in the Diddy case. And it's funny, y'all. It's supposed to come out. It's supposed to come out the day after my birthday. Wouldn't that be crazy? My birthday on March 6th. They are saying it's supposed to come out like March 7th. I don't know for sure. So don't hold me to that date. I just know in March, more likely the first half of March, the Enterprise letter is supposed to drop, and it's supposed to have the co-conspirators of the Diddy trial, of the Diddy case, the co-conspirators, and the layout of everything that went on. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that more than I'm waiting for that list. Yes, it's going to be a beautiful. Oh, okay. So look, y'all, Jennifer birthday March 5th. My birthday March 6th. I have a cousin whose birthday is also March 5th. And I have another cousin whose birthday is March 4th. There's a lot of birth. And my granny, God rest her soul, the one who put a lot of this that's in me, a lot of this, the storytelling, the uniting people, a lot of what makes me who I am comes from my granny. Her birthday was March 2nd. Rest her soul. She was a fighter, but she was a person that everybody loved. She housed immigrants. She had, when you came to her house, you didn't know who would be there. It was black people, white people, Trinidadian. My granny loved everybody. Matter of fact, a Trinidadian lady by the name of Betty, she took her in back in the day, and she was an immigrant, didn't have nothing. My granny snuck her. She wasn't even supposed to be in the country. She didn't have nowhere to go. My granny took her in when she was younger, and she took care of Betty and looked out for her. And Betty went on to own all kind of businesses and was successful to this day. And that was who my granny was, man. And I hung up under my granny. My nickname in my family was Granny's Boy. That's what people called me. They didn't even call me by name until I got older. But when I was young, they called me, that's Granny's Boy, because we were like Ike and Mike. But when you look back, I could see why we were so close. I got a lot of her ways in me. And so March 2nd was her birthday. So it was always a good time, because when I knew her birthday was coming, then right after that, my birthday was coming. And my granny showed love to everybody, but she was a tough cookie. And she could tell a story. My granny will hold your attention like no other. You would think you was in the movie when she telling the story. You'd think you were in the story. She had a delivery, and it was funny. And she would be telling me stories about, conspiracies, or just telling me stories about the mafia and things they went on. And we would be sitting in the backyard. And she would be telling me a lot of stuff that the blacks went through, and a lot of the violence and the mafia, and just a lot of the stuff that went on back in the day. And she would be telling a story, and then when she would say something about like controversial, she would lean in. She would say, "You knew not to fool with the mafia." And she would get to whispering, and I'm thinking the mafia listening to us. I be looking around, I'm thinking to myself, "Granny, why you whispering? We in the backyard, ain't nobody around." But she was just a great storyteller. It just pulled you in. And I learned a lot from her, not only about the art of storytelling and explaining things, but also the art of pulling people together. My granny could pull 20 million different type of people together all under one roof, and everybody would have a great time. And you would see some of everybody. I mean, I don't want to stop, but I don't care. It was gay. You could be gay. You could be black. You could be white. You could be old, young. You could be a past criminal that's changed your life, or you could be a pastor. It didn't matter. They all love Granny. And so when I look at my movement, to me, it feels like I'm taking Granny's movement and kind of advancing it and taking it to another level, because this is what she was about. So shout out to Granny. Granny could tell a story. She would lean in with those big eyes. She'd be telling a story. She'd lean in. And when they would go get that fire hose, Book, us blacks, we'd be running to the house. And I'd be looking around like, we about to get hit with a fire hose right now, because Granny you could just tell a story, man, and it's just beautiful. So yeah, March is always a special month. So shout out to you, Jennifer, for the March 5th birthday. St. Patty's Day. Look at all these March birthdays. An anonymous woman. Breaking news, Mini-Me says an anonymous woman from Indiana alleges Miller raped her in 1998 when she was 15 and he was 19, and working as a youth church leader per the complaint. If you don't know what she's talking about, J.P. Miller, I believe this is, John Paul Miller, the guy that a lot of people on the internet suspected had unalived his wife, Micah Miller. Police say she shot her own self in a river or a lake, or a body of water, and it didn't sound right. And a lot of people thought JP had something to do with it. He was never took in for any charges or even suspected by the police. But after that, there have been a lot of rumors of lawsuits, but they coming now. Now it's getting real. So I don't know. It looks like we might have JP on for another interview for him to tell his side. As y'all know, I was the first person to interview John Paul Miller. News Nation wanted to interview him before me. CNN, like all the major news outlets wanted to interview him, and him and his team decided to have me do the interview. Y'all ain't remind me to upload the stuff, but luckily my phone did. So give me a second. Let me put the music on. Y'all slipping. This is the first time y'all done slipped. So y'all, Apple and Spotify are ready to go. Apple and Spotify are all loaded up to go. Nah, they ain't about earlier. We talking about reminding me of Apple and Spotify. I was ready. You can't remind when I'm doing a podcast. I can't get to y'all. It's a beautiful thing. Flow to carry memories to new generations, giving new life. Yes, for real. It makes it all the better. Like I'm saying, I know Granny looking down like that's my boy. But that's why I fight so hard for diversity, and that's why when you look at the Flow group, you're gonna see a bunch of all kind of people because that's how my granny raised us. And you know, it is what it is, and I'm thankful and grateful for it. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be so open to everybody and everything like I am. My granny, she exposed us to a lot, you know, that a lot of my friends didn't do. Like Granny, she made sure we went camping. We went camping probably at least 2 or 3 times a year, at least. She went camping way more than that, but she made sure us as the family went camping. We went fishing all the time. We did nature hikes. We made s'mores. And when we went camping, it was an itinerary. We didn't just go out there running around. We went camping. We went fishing. Then on this day, we making s'mores. Then at this day, at this time, we getting together as a family and we gonna talk around the campfire. We gonna have a dance contest. It was different. It was different. So I thank her and my family for everything because they made me who I am, dealing with a lot of different people, wanting to unite, wanting to bring people together. That was all what she was about. They made shine. Yeah. The family went camping nothing like camping. I don't know if you come from a family that went camping a lot, but some of my best memories from when I was younger was camping, catching fish, and Man, I can remember all the way back to 3 years old. I remember being so small. Listen, this is how you know you small. I have this in my memory. I was so little. I was 3 years old. I remember my uncle holding my arms and making it acting like I was casting out, but it was really him, and I'm just sitting there holding it. And I was so excited to go fishing for the first time. So my uncle, this is my first time. I was 3 years old. Uncle holding the rod with me. I'm sitting in his lap. My uncle throws the rod out. And so for a while, nothing happening. I feel something tug. So then I'm thinking I'm reeling in, but really my uncle reeling in. Now, mind you, I'm 3 years old, first time fishing. I ain't never seen no live animals like that yet. I'm only 3. I don't know much about life at all. Y'all, when he reeled in and he pulled that fish out and that fish started swinging towards us, I jumped out his lap. And ran. They said, "Boop." I told you they call me Boop. They say, "Boop, you caught a fish. That's good. You can't be scared of fish." I was like, I thought the fish was supposed to stay in the water. It was funny. So I done caught a fish, and I ain't know. It was all fun until that fish was out the water and was coming my way. I was like, no, I don't like fishing. But of course, I went on to like fishing. But that was my first fishing experience. I was 3 years old. And I knew we were fishing, but I didn't, you don't think that, fish about to come at me. So it was just funny. They were like, "Boo, that's the whole point. When you throw the fishing rod out, you're supposed to catch fish." I was like, "Oh, I thought just throwing the rod out I thought that was what fishing was about. How far you could throw your line out. I didn't know you were going to actually have to catch big fish." So it was weird, but it was fun. And I'll never forget it. Breaking news. Mini-Me says, in North Carolina, woman accused of locking her boyfriend in a storage unit for 4 days. What the heck? What happened? In the storage unit for 4 days? What the heck did he do? Breaking news, courtesy of Jennifer, y'all. According to Jennifer, Texans free agent Stephon Diggs files a civil lawsuit against former reality TV star for assault and extortion. It's getting crazy, ain't it, y'all? What part of North Carolina is the previous story? This reminds me, we say there was a college student, courtesy of Mini-Me. According to Mini-Me, college student dies during alleged fraternity ritual. That reminds me of a story that I covered about a guy by the name of Riley Strain. Riley Strain was a 21-year-old college student, I believe. He was about to graduate. He went out to Nashville with his fraternity brothers, went out on a night of drinking, ended up alone mysteriously, and ended up in the river, dead. And to this day, they are claiming that he fell in the river. And when you see the setup of the river and all of that, there's no way he fell in. There's no way he fell in there. So I got a lot of heartbreaking stories when it comes to college students in these fraternities. So like I feel for that college student and their family, and like I said, it reminds me of Riley Strain. A lot of people who follow me to this day remember me from the Riley Strain case. Amy says it reminds her of Tucker Hips. That Clemson, same thing happened around the same time that Watson went there. I'm assuming we're talking about Deshaun Watson. Yeah, hazing needs to be outlawed. And I know my fraternity and sorority people will be mad at me for saying that, but it's just too much. It's just too much. What else we got on it? What else we got that didn't happen? Union County, North Carolina. So I see Monroe, North Carolina, Union County, North Carolina, whichever. I don't know which is which, but it's definitely unfortunate. Who else we got in here today? Yeah, y'all. So tomorrow starts my birthday week because tomorrow is March 1st, but I'll be off, so I won't see y'all until. Hold on. No. Hold on. Okay, so tomorrow's March 1st, 2nd, so the 3rd. So we'll reconvene March 3rd on my birthday week, y'all. It's going down. You know, we're going to party. Mini-Me said they're extraditing 29 people from the Mexican. 29 people were extradited to the U.S., and one of them was a notorious Mexican rug lord. He had the best rugs in town. This news is hard to keep up with, y'all. There's so much craziness going on these days. Look, y'all, Jennifer says she's turning up starting March 4th to March 12th. I ain't mad at you. Any other March birthdays? Watching, making sure you like the live, share the live. It helps. Okay. Oh, look, Me is March 29th, y'all. We got a lot of parties, a lot of birthdays this month coming up, March. So we got Me, got Jennifer, got mine. Yeah, we ain't sugarcoating nothing. Y'all wasn't sugarcoating on the panel last night. Y'all wasn't sugarcoating on that panel last night. Y'all was keeping it real. So Nadreema and everybody on the panel, brought something to the panel that I liked. I think everybody had good things to say, or I should say important things to say. So what's for lunch today, y'all? What's for lunch today, y'all? Is it, oh man, I gotta make sure I find a DEI restaurant, huh? Somebody supporting DEI. Somebody got to support DEI. We can't we support the good companies or no? Y'all know, Michelle get her hair done 3 times a week. So it's hair day. So on Blackout Day, you can't support companies who support DEI. Because my my friend who supports DEI, today's his grand opening. Today is my friend's grand opening. He's from Trinidad. He's one of us, meaning he's part of the Flow community. His restaurant, his grand opening is today. He supports DEI. So am I supposed to boycott him too? I got you. See, Jennifer said you can, but use cash. Got it. That makes sense. Pisces Nation for sure. Got you. So it's no DoorDash, no McDonald's, no credit, no debit, no gas, no Amazon. That's easy. Y'all got it? Announcement from Lauren. No DoorDash, amongst other things, because there's other ones, but these are the main ones that a lot of people use. So no DoorDash, no McDonald's, no credit, no debit cards, no gas, no Amazon. Got it. So wait a minute. Y'all can't even support me? Am I blacked out too? So that mean does that mean nobody can support me either? I know it's once a week. Hey, look, Michelle said it's once a week. Michelle, keep that. Back in the day, my mom and them used to call that keeping their hair popped. They're like, I keep my hair popped. They get their hair done all the time. They be like, I keep my hair popped. That's a Cleveland. I think that's a Cleveland word. So yeah, y'all. Man, I'm glad it's the weekend. I'm about to rest and relax. I think I'm gonna listen to y'all. I'm gonna listen to y'all panel. I'm gonna listen to y'all panel tonight. Even though I was listening last night, but I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen again. All right, announcement. She says, Jennifer says, if y'all are animal lovers, most of us are. Chewy supports DEI. Had to look it up because they keep my babies well fed and cared for. Yeah, I like the Chewy stuff too. All right, y'all. Mini Me getting ready for a doctor's appointment for her hand. Keep her in our prayers. She said, I don't like it. We don't like it. But we gotta do what we gotta do. So everybody, make sure Mini Me has a cool, laid back doctor visit without all kind of stress and anxiety and all of that. We got a measles alert issued in New Jersey for everybody out there in New Jersey. So if you're in New Jersey, watch out for the measles, according to Mini Me. Hope everything goes smooth at the doc, Mini Me. We got everything out. We got Apple and Spotify together. We got the crew coming up at lunchtime. We got the crew coming up at lunchtime. All right, I see your message, Michelle, about the ticker. I appreciate it. And you gave it to me very early. I remembered everything except for that today is for the ticker. So I appreciate y'all reminding me. Y'all keep me on my toes, even though y'all missed the upload today. But y'all normally don't miss, so you get one. Y'all can miss one every now and then. It is a beautiful Friday. So, y'all, let's make sure everybody stays safe this weekend. I'm sure I'm going to see you at lunch, but if I don't, I want to make sure everybody has a great weekend. Stay safe. Keep your head on the swivel. You walking your dog, pick the poop up. Dispose of the poop somewhere. We love our animals, but that chewy be running right through their system, and we don't want to look at your dog's poop. Keep your eyes on the road if you're listening to this podcast. Keep your seatbelt on. Eyes on the road, ears on me. I got you. Other than that, y'all, never boycott a friend. I like that. We got my dog, my son. It's my son's dog, but of course it's the family's dog. We have a Boston Terrier. That we have raised, and really I can say my son has took care of that dog from day one. But I bought my son that dog in 2019 as a newborn. Maybe he was 6 weeks old or something. And we've had that Boston Terrier. His name is Juice. And we've had that Boston Terrier since a baby pup at 2019. That is my son's best friend. Sometimes I feel like my son loved that dog more than his parents. So shout out to Juice. Juice's birthday is September 23rd. It's just ironic that both of my son's birthday is May 23rd and his dog's birthday is September 23rd. We've always had real birthdays for him with birthdays and candles, and he get to eat the cake. And Juice, and I'm sure just like y'all dogs, has been raised like a human his whole life. So we love Juice. Juice can be bad, and you can't really take Juice to the dog park with all the other dogs because he gets so excited he don't know how to relax. But we love our Juice. Yeah, who getting lunch today, y'all? I'm starving. Me. Y'all gotta figure it out. But yeah, we love Juice. Juice is a Boston Terrier, and he is like one of the bigger Boston Terriers. Like they're kind of like rare, but he's like, I think he's maybe about 25 pounds, when most of the time they're 12 pounds. He's the big version, and he's what they call like a red Boston Terrier because he's got that brownish, reddish color. Beautiful dog, handsome dog. That's our Juice. So yeah, what kind of dogs y'all got? Oh, you got a Cane Corso. Y'all got the big dog. So how does the Cane Corso and the mini Schnauzer, how do they get along? How does the Cane Corso and the mini Schnauzer get along? Are they best friends? Do they fight? Or do they love each other, or do they not pay each other much attention? Those are usually the options of dogs. They either gonna get along real well, or either they're gonna fight a lot, or either they don't pay each other much attention at all. But yeah, I like Cane Corsas, and I like mini Schnauzers. Now, mini Schnauzers tend to bark a lot. Does your mini Schnauzer bark a lot? So look out, y'all. They trying to plan a day next week for another panel. Stay tuned. It's gonna be, hey y'all, it's gonna be so much. See, this panel, we were just warming up, but it's about to be so much crazy breaking news. Y'all gonna really be wanting to get in a panel at night. Oh, okay. Hey, Kobe got a black pit named Onyx. That's what's up. How long you had him? Yeah, that's normally how it goes, Jennifer. Normally the big dogs don't pay the little dogs no attention. The little dogs love to bark and got a lot of attention. Yeah, I like that. I like dogs that smart dogs that only bark when somebody at the door. Juice doesn't bark a lot either. Juice only barks when he needs to. He don't just bark just to be barking. Okay, Amy says she has, so Kobe got the black pit named Onyx. Amy has a chocolate Frenchie named Baby D. I knew we had a lot of animal lovers in this chat. You could tell an animal lover. You can tell an animal lover for sure. Oh, 2 years? That's what's up. Yeah, man. People a lot of times be scared of pits, but I'll be telling them, like, all the pits that I know, because I got friends that had a lot of pits like throughout my life, and I ain't never had no problem with a pit. Now, that don't mean I'm going to go up to a random pit, but like if the pit is like Kobe's pit, I wouldn't be scared of it, especially if Kobe gave me the blessing and was like, he cool, I'll be cool. So shout out to the pits. She eats all the snacks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pits are big babies. People think all pits are just ferocious killers and this and that, but I don't think so. I think sometimes pits get a bad rap. Jen says Boomer is friendly, but he definitely is my protector. If he doesn't like the energy you're bringing, you better watch out. Yeah, that's how Juice is. Man, I remember one time I was play like wrestling with my son. Juice act like he was about to eat me up. I said, Juice, you better sit your little butt down somewhere. Juice about to attack me. Cause me and my son play wrestling or whatever we were doing, and here come Juice get to barking. I looked at Juice. I said, "Damn, Juice, you gonna tear me limb from limb? I bought you. I had to drive 3-4 hours to go pick up Juice, the Boston Terrier, and I had just 2019. I hadn't had that Tesla maybe a year. I had the all-white big boy Tesla. So I put Juice in the interior to my Tesla was all white. So I had to put Juice on the floor and pray that he didn't jump up and run around and pee and boo-boo or whatever. So I had Juice on the floor, wrapped in a towel, or not wrapped in a towel, but like a towel under him. And Juice stayed right there on the floor for that whole 3 or 4 hour trip. Like the best little dog you could ever ask for. And I was so nervous because the whole interior to that Tesla, I don't know if y'all saw him, but the whole interior is white. And here I am with this brand new dog that I don't know what this dog about to do. I got it for my son for Christmas. So we made it all the way back home after a 4-hour trip with my Boston Terrier. I ended up having to keep him at my house for like a week and feed him and take care of him until Christmas Day. And then my son came over Christmas Day, didn't know he had a dog. And that's when I presented him with Juice, and he loved it. But yeah, so I knew Juice was going to be a good dog when he didn't tear up my interior of my Tesla. And he just sat there like a good dog. He didn't know me. We didn't even know each other. We did a 4-hour road trip to get acquainted. After that 4-hour road trip, that was my dog. Yeah, Juice was about to tear my ankles up. And yes, dogs are great at reading energy. You are correct. She says a Shih Tzu is tougher than my lab. I believe it. Amy says, it took my husband 3 years to figure out why I called him Suge. He is 6'5" and a door frame big, and the farm boy had no idea what I was talking about. Yeah, that sounds like Suge. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. See y'all at lunch for those that can make it. For those that can't, next time I see y'all will be Monday morning, and I will be celebrating my birthday week. Let's get the we outs. I'm gonna hit the outro music. It's Friday. Friday. It is Friday. TGIF. Enjoy your weekend. The flow. No filter. Let's go. And when I close the video, please like and share it. When I close out, please come back and comment. Tell me what you thought about the show. Leave some comments on the YouTube. Other than that, much love. See y'all at lunch, baby.